What's cracking, everybody? New video. Welcome back to the channel. What is this? Day 5 of being sick. Day 3 of not going to work. At my 9 to 5. Well, it's not really 9 to 5, but you know what I mean. But I still got to work here, you know. Anyway, so today's video, we're going to be speaking about my area, my beloved 805, the whole 805. Even though I haven't been through the whole 805, done time with just about everybody from the 805. I kind of did a spiel on this a while back, but I was laying in bed and I said, you know what? I want to do another one, right? I want to talk about, and this is mainly YA stuff, right? But I want to talk about the difference, the hurdles, etc. So, again, this is a YA thing. This has nothing to do with the joint. The joint's different. But in the California Youth Authority, for those of you not from California, YA is the Youth Authority, the California Youth Authority, which was prison, run by the same director that runs the adult California Department of Corrections. They're under that same umbrella. You could go, I mean, there were kids that were like 9 years old, and you could be held to your 25th birthday if you had enough confinement time and you got in enough trouble. And then at your 25th birthday, you would have a hearing with the courts, whether they were going to send you all the way to the adult institutions, the CDC, or release you, right? The California Department of Corrections was an experiment. I believe it was an experiment. It was extremely dangerous. It created, you know, I said, and there's going to be some guys, it's going to be probably the same guy. But the reality is this. You had kids go in there for vandalism or some other petty crimes and get around nothing but killers, convicted killers that were fucking 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old, that were convicted of murders. They had multiple murders, and they got around them, and then you learn to become that alpha. You develop that alpha personality where that vato's crazy, and he ain't shit, Holmes. I'm crazier than him. And you were always trying to outdo these dudes. And those kids were later released back in the community as young adults and went into the communities and killed, right? So anyways, the California Youth Authority was an extremely, extremely violent place. Very brutal. And so I wanted to get into how going to the California Youth Authority, it was apparent pretty immediately, right? The dudes from LA, shout out to Los, none of this video was this. This is just, I felt like talking about it. But it was immediately clear that the vatos from Los, in their minds, right, in their hearts, they were the hardest vatos around. And nobody could fuck with them. When it came to gang banging, violence, and all that, that they were the cream of the crop. They grudgingly accepted vatos from San Diego, Orange County, and even the Inland Empire, who in YA they have a lot of beef with, LA and IE. But they begrudgingly accepted those areas, right? But when it came to anything north of LA, which is the 805, even though the majority of the 805 was in Southern California, and then you had a couple places in Central California that were 805, we had it rough as far as we were called 13 and a halves. We were called farmers. I'm from a beach city, so but right next to me, one of the biggest and most dangerous cities that have always held that title in the 805 is Chiques, Oxnard, California. And they did grow stuff. But it was funny how, you know, when it comes to like volume of violence and volume of gangs and volume of gang activity, of course, LA was, they were undisputed kings. They had more gang area, more gang members, more gangs, more violence, more shootings. But see, that's the thing. In jail, the guns stay outside the fence, right? And that's when you come with these. And while in the 805, again, especially in places like Chiques, like Bakersfield, there was a lot of gunplay. But a lot of the murders that take place in the 805, especially like in my area, is stabbings. They kill you with knives. They get up close and personal. A lot of handwork, right? And I remember going to Y.A. and I had a chip on my shoulder because, again, they looked at all the vatos that were from the 805 as watered down, but most of the vatos from the 805 had hands, went in with hands. And I'm gonna say this, a lot of vatos from Los, because they were shooters, they didn't come in with hands, but they developed them. And I will tell you right now, the best fighters I ran into, a matter of fact, I'll even name a few of them that I can think of off the top of my head. I always, when I think of vatos with the best hands, Raza and Y.A., I'm always gonna think the first two is gonna be Stranger from South Los and Morphine from South Los. Major hands. Demon from Pico Nuevo, major hands. Conejo, I couldn't stand him. Conejo from Colonia Watts, he had hands. Snoopy from VST in San Jose had hands. You know, there was a lot of vatos from LA, you know, different areas had hands, but I wanted to make sure I shouted those guys out. And it was funny because like I would actually get in arguments with vatos that I was close to from Los. And I said before, man, they used to call us, instead of 805, they used to call us 80 Farms. Hey, we'd be like, what's up, homie? You want to get down? What you want to do then? You know, and it was it was rough, man. If you were not from Los and Y.A., especially like in Paso and Nellis, you had to do more. You had to do extra. And when it came to chunking them, most of the vatos from 805, we were with that. Let's do this. But regardless of how Raza came in to Y.A., if they had hands or not, we would make it a point to where, you know, you're gonna learn how to fight. You know, and I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm the baddest motherfucker with my hands. I'm old. You know what I mean? I bump into the wall and I feel like I got jumped. You know what I'm saying? But there used to be vatos, their own homeboys. They would be like, hey, somebody would be like, hey, fool, I saw your homeboy get down in the school area. I don't know, homie. And, oh, serio? All right, hey, gracias. And the homeboy every morning would call him out, beat him down. Hey, put your hands up. Do this. And it was a cold thing, man. You come out of Y.A. learning how to fight like a motherfucker, but also with a chip on your shoulder. You know, Y.A. developed within a lot of them kids, man, that became young adults by the time they pro. I paroled right before my 19th birthday. And I've said a lot of times, you know, a lot of guys that went to the youth authority when I went, within 6 months of their release, they were either dead or fighting a murder case. I'm glad that the YAs are shut down. I'm glad that those of you that are watching this that have kids that are from California, I'm glad your kids don't have to go through this, what we went through, because it changed your mentality. You know, whereas the California Department of Corrections, as violent as it is, they don't ingrain the hatred. There was a lot of racism that was ingrained in you in Y.A., and I've spoken about that when I was in Paso. It was very racist, very racial. Everybody was very racial when it came to other groups. And when I went to the Department of Corrections, I began learning to see things differently. Thankfully, that's probably one of the, no, it's not one of the only things, you know. Prison and jail itself shows you who you are. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't like what they find out. And that's why they stay in there. They stay with that mindset of, woe is me. The world is against me. When really, those that are still in there and still fucking up, my respects to you, but you're doing everything against yourself because you've given up. There's so many lifers that have gotten out. There's so many laws that have been enacted to give people the opportunity to come home, and there's a long ways to go still, but you know, I would hope that everybody would sit back for a second and be like, man, let me take advantage of this self-help class. Doesn't make you any less than who you already are. You know who you are. But it can enhance who you are and maybe open your eyes to a few things. I know now I'm going off in different things, but you guys already know. That's how I get down. I'll be rambling. I'll start one place, wind up in another one, hopefully come back around. But me being sick right now, you gotta forgive me. And maybe my hat's too tight. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one here. Try to put it out for you guys right now, a few minutes. Everybody, thank you for being here. If you liked the video, like the video. Share it with somebody who you believe might like it. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell and hit all. Stay safe, stay smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out.